RTO here. Hope you're having a good day. Hope the weather in the UK is not that bizarre for us. It's been rather hot. Poor old Rocky's been suffering though. He's finding lots of nice places to sit and lay to keep cool, a bit like his dad. Okay, it's Friday, which always means live album ranking. I do love doing live album rankings. And today we're going to look at one of my favourite bands, a band that I have seen a few times, and currently on their sort of farewell tour, and we're talking about Whitesnake. Always been a great live band. The musicians that David has around him are pretty cool. There's 8, but I've got some honourable mentions for us. On the whole, I do like every album, but I think one or two of them that, when you listen to them now, yeah, I'm a little bit dubious about things. So we'll get cracking. So coming in at number 8 then is an album that was released on the 20th of May 2011, and it's live at Donington in 1990. This was the 10th anniversary of the Monsters of Rock. It was recorded on the 18th of August 1990, and I was there, and it was a good lineup. I remember we had Aerosmith, Poison, Thunder, and the Choir Boys, something like that anyway. Pretty good lineup. Whitesnake that day were David Coverdale, of course, Stevie Vai on guitars, Adrian Vandenberg guitars, Rudy Sarzo bass, Tommy Aldridge drums, and Rick Serrate on the keyboards. Opens up with Slip of the Tongue, because it's the tour they were on. Slide It In, cracking version of Judgment Day. Slow and Easy, Kitten's Got Claws, and then we get a little Vandenberg Adagio for Strato, the Flying Dutchman Boogie, Is This Love, if you really need to put that in there, Cheap and Nasty, Crying in the Rain, which featured a great drum solo from Tommy Aldridge, Fall for Your Lovin', For the Love of God, which is a Stevie Vai thing. The Audience Is Listening, more Stevie Vai solo, Here I Go Again, Bad Boys, Ain't No Love in the Heart of the Stiffy, and Still of the Night. Now, I remember that day and it was a great show, but when I was listening to this, to do this ranking, I just felt that I never thought Stevie Vai fitted into this band. And I do remember from that day going, why am I listening to Stevie Vai solo stuff at a Whitesnake Whitesnake's gig? All the solos of the classics are just not the same. They just don't sound right. Although the version of Slip of the Tongue on here is great, and Judgment Day is great, and the stuff off the Slip of the Tongue sounds alright. I just don't know what they did to the other songs. There was no need to change anything, just play them as they're supposed to be. So I don't want twiddly bits in Whitesnake from Steve Vai. So now I just don't play this album. I haven't played it for a long time, and I think I know why. I just don't like what they've done to some of the classic Whitesnake songs. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 5 out of 10. I think it was a great show, a great day out, but you know, when I look at it now, it wasn't the best Whitesnake concert I went to. Okay then, coming in at number 7, we have an album that was released only in Japan, but it came out later for everyone else, Starkers and Tokyo. Now this is just David Coverdale on vocals and Adrian Vandenberg on acoustic guitar. We got Sailing Ships, Too Many Tears, The Deeper the Love, Love Ain't No Stranger, Can't Go On, Give Me All Your Love Tonight, Don't Fade Away, Is This Love, Here I Go Again, and Soldier of Fortune. Now I really like this album. It's even like Is This Love sounds better acoustic. It's a great little album, and also I'm going to just put up the other cover this side unzipped. Now this is a box set of. It's got a lot of these concerts, including this one, but it's from all over the world. Some of the tracks are a little bit different in places, but again, I think this little box set is really good as well. I thought I'd give it a little mention, but Starker's Tokyo is a really good acoustic little live steps songs. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of, as I can move it up, 5.9. Okay then, coming in at number 6, released in 2017. It's the Purple Tour. This was during their 2015 tour. I saw them on this tour. There was a package: Black Star Riders, Whitesnake and Def Leppard. On this we've got David Coverdale on the vocals, Red Beach guitar, Joel Hostra guitar, Tommy Aldridge on drums, Michelle Lupi keyboards, and Michael Devlin bass. Got Burn, Bad Boys, Love Ain't No Stranger, The Gypsy, Give Me All Your Lovin' Tonight, Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City, Mistreated, You Fool No One, Soldier of Fortune, Is This Love, and Fool for Your Lovin', where Bernie Marsden came out and played on that. Here I Go Again, and Still in the Night. It was a great show. It was just really good to see Mark III songs done again that I'd never seen. By now, this time, David's voice is starting to really strain, and I admire him that he's just going out one more time, say thank you very much, guys, because he loves the fans. And it's quite nostalgic. I did enjoy it. So, knowing that that'll probably be the last time I'd see Whitesnake. So I'm going to give this album an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. Okay, coming in number 5, we have an album called Made in Britain, the World Record, released in 2013. Made in Britain was recorded across the UK in 2011, and the World Record was recorded from all over the world on the Forevermore tour. On here we've got David Coverdale on vocals, of course. Bass was Michael Devine. Drums was Brian Tichy. We've got keyboard guesser Brian Rudy. Guitars Doug Aldrich and Red Beach. First 2 CDs. So the first one's the Made in Britain. We've got Best Years, Give Me All Your Love Tonight, Love Ain't No Stranger, Is This Love, I Just Hate, Steal Your Heart Away. I love that track and it's great live. Forevermore, Love Will Set You Free, My Evil Ways, Fare Thee Well, Heart of the City, Fall for Your Loving, Here I Go Again, and Still of the Night. The world record is Bad Boys, Slide It In, Lay Down Your Love, Pistols at Dawn, Snake Dance, great track, Can Hear the Wind Blow, Fare Thee Well, One of These Days, The Badger, The Deeper the Love, You Can Keep That, Soldier of Fortune, Burn, and Stormbringer, and then Ain't Gonna Cry No More, an acoustic. This is a really good package. Got some great tracks on here from that period. They all sound really good live, especially the stuff from the Forevermore. Sound really good live. The classic stuff doesn't sound right. I'm prefer to hear the guitar solos done properly, but that's just a personal thing for me. But on the whole, I think this is a great little album, and I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 6.5. Okay, then coming in at number 4, we have Live in '84, Back to the Bone. This features some of John Lord's last appearances with Whitesnake before he went back to Deep Purple. So on here we got John Lord, David Coverdale, Neil Murray, Cozy Powell, and John Sykes. We got on the first CD we got Gambler, Guilty of Love, Love Ain't No Stranger, Slow and Easy, Walking in the Shadow of the Blues, Ready and Willing, Crying in the Rain, Soldier of Fortune. Then we got Love Ain't No Stranger from Super Rock Japan, Ready and Willing, and Slow and Easy. And then we got John Lord's final performance. We've got Gambler, Guilty of Love, Love Ain't No Stranger, and Ready and Willing. This is very nostalgic. It's especially with John Lord's last work with the band. Now, the slide it in thing is, you've got that controversy, haven't you? If you're a Brit like me, you prefer the British version. If you're America, this is probably the first thing you really heard by Whitesnake in 1987, and you've got John Sykes. Again, I think John Sykes is a fantastic guitar player, but I don't like what he done to the tracks on Slide It In. All that twiddly rubbish, you don't need it. It spoils it to me. And this is quite controversial. Okay, the record company wanted that American sound, but you know, you can't dismiss that this album belongs to Mel Galley. He did a lot of the guitar work, and Mickey Moody, and to get rid of that Mickey Moody sound was just awful. Cozy's brilliant on this. The whole album is great, except John Sykes ruins the guitar solos. But on the whole, I like this for the fact that it's got John Lord and Cozy Powell on it and Neil Murray. And so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, then coming in number 3, we go to an live album that was released in 2013, and it's made in Japan. It was recorded at the Satima at the Loud Park Festival. So on here we have got David Coverdale, Doug Aldrich, Red Beach, Michael Devine, Brian Tichy. So the tracks on here are The Best Years, Give Me All Your Love Tonight, Love Ain't No Stranger, Is This Love, Steal Your Heart Away, which is just fabulous. Love that track. Forevermore, The 6-String Showdown, Love Will Set You Free, Tommy Aldridge, then Tommy's on this, Brian Tichy's drum solo, Fall for Your Loving, Here I Go Again, and Still of the Night. Then you get a CD, you get the sound check, which is really good. It's a little gem of what goes on behind you, what goes on, and then you get just little bits and bobs. I mean, Evil Ways on here, it's great. I really like the concert. The sound is brilliant. The guitars, probably some of the best guitar solos that don't not go too much away from the original solos. But what I love about this album is that soundcheck CDs, them just falling about. It's just great. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8.5. Okay then, coming in at number 2, album released in 2006, Live in the Shadow of the Blues. On here we've got the same lineup, except we've got Tommy Aldridge on drums instead of Brian Tichy. We've got Bad Boys, Slide It In, Slow and Easy, Judgment Day, Is This Love, Blues for Mylene, which is a Doug Aldrich thing, Snake Dance, Crying in the Rain, Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City, Fall for Your Loving, Here I Go Again, Still in the Night. That's the first disc. And then the second disc is Burn and Stormbringer, Gimme All Your Love Tonight, Walking in the Shadow of the Blues, The Deeper of the Love, where you can keep that, Ready and Willing, Don't Break My Heart Again, Take Me With You, and Ready to Rock is pretty cool. What else do you get on here? You get some studio tracks. You get If You Want Me, one of the heaviest songs I've heard by Whitesnake. The riffs in this are brilliant, and David sounded really good on that. All I Want Is You, it's got a bit of that Here I Go Again feel to it. It's quite a good track. Dog, just a solid rock track, absolutely belting. And then you get Crying in the Rain from Donington again. I think this is a brilliant live album, especially the second one. Got all them classics, you know, Take Me With You and Walking in the Shadow of the Blues, which is one of my favourite Whitesnake tracks anyway. It's a damn good package, and I love playing this album, so I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. Okay, my number one, well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm an old style Whitesnake album. So this is a live album from 1980, and it is the brilliant Live in the Heart of the City. Lineup on this one: Mickey Moody, David Coverdale, Bernie Marsden, Neil Murray. On the first disc you've got Ian Pace on the drums, and on the second disc you've got David Dowell, and of course the maestro himself, Mr. John Lord. Brilliant album. Opens up with Come On, the brilliant Sweet Talker, the best version of Walking in the Shadow of the Blues, fantastic version of Love Hunter, including the Mickey Moody solo. Awesome stuff. Fall for Your Loving, Ain't Gonna Cry No More, which is beautiful on here. Ready and Willing, just love that version of this, probably one of the best. Then Take Me With You, brilliant. That was recorded in 1980. And then you've got the second album, which was done in 1978. Opens up with Come On, a pretty cool version of the Purple song Might Just Take Your Life. Lie Down, brilliant. And then the best version of Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City ever. And it's got that famous line when everyone's singing it and David goes, "Sing it beautiful." I came sort of a trade to that song, and it just adds to it. It's an absolutely brilliant song. Love that. And then you get a stonking live version of Trouble. Love that track, and it's great live. And then you get Deep Purple's Mistreated, because they used to do that. I think this is an amazing live album. It's one of the best live albums I've got. Even to this day, I put it on and I love listening to it. I can't get enough of this album. This is David at his best. The musicians on here are just some of the coolest musicians you can have. You know, you've got Pacey, you've got John Lord, you've got Neil Murray, you've got that classic lineup. So there's only one mark I can give this. This is a 10 out of a 10 album, I'm afraid, because it's just brilliant. Okay, that's all the official ones, but I have got some honourable mentions that I have got. The first one is Whitesnake live at Castle Donington in 1983. I wonder where I got this from. All I can say, I did own the video. On here we've got Colin Hodgkinson on the bass, Cozy Powell, guitars are Mel Galley and Mickey Moody, John Lord and David Coverdale. Walking in the Shadow of the Blues, Rough and Ready. Oh, I love that live. In the blue corner, Mel Galley. Great stuff. Ready and Willing, Guilty of Love. Probably the best live version of Here I Go Again, the proper version. Not the American jazzed up version, the proper blues version. Love Hunter, a great version of Mistreated, Soldier of Fortune, Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City, and Fall for a Loving. Great show. I love that. Love that little set. The video's brilliant. It's on YouTube and I like watching it. Okay, my next mention actually was part of the 1987 Whitesnake 30th anniversary edition. And one of the discs on here is from the tour that I saw them on, and this was the first time I saw them. I saw them on New Year's Eve 1987, and it's David Coverdale on vocals, Rudy Sarzo on the bass, drums Tommy Aldridge, guitars Adrian Vandenberg and Vivian Campbell. This opens up with Bad Boys, Children of the Night, Slide It In, Slow and Easy, Here I Go Again, Guilty of Love, Is This Love, Love Ain't No Strange, and then you get a guitar solo with Adrian and Vivian, Crying in the Rain, Still of the Night, Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City, and Give Me All Your Love Tonight. Fun memories of that show. This is the show where I met Mick Box, bumped into him in the arena, and it's worth a mention because the guitar work from Adrian and Vivian on this is pretty good, and they do the Slow and Easy and all the Slide It In stuff justice. Okay, my next one technically isn't a Whitesnake album, but I have to mention this because it is brilliant. I was actually watching this last night on YouTube, and it's a thing called M3, and it's Rough and Ready. This came out in 2016. Basically, it's 3 old members of Whitesnake: Neil Murray, Bernie Marsden, and Mickey Moody. And to help them on this, they've got Jimmy Copley on drums, Mark Stanway on keyboards, and vocals were done between Stephen Bergen and Doogie White, who of course has worked with MSG and Alcatraz, and of course Rainbow. On here you've got Walking in the Shadow of the Blues, Don't Break My Heart Again, Lonely Days, Lonely Nights, fantastic version. Doogie sings on that, and it's absolutely brilliant. Hit and Run, again Doogie sings on it, he sings brilliant. Then you get Mickey Moody doing Slow and Easy properly on the slide guitar, it is fantastic. Ready and Willing, a wonderful version of Ain't Gonna Cry No More, Bernie Marsden, he's on fire. Then a proper version of Crying in the Rain, as it was recorded by Bernie and Mickey. Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City, always gets the crowd going. And a sort of half help version of Here I Go Again. They decided to go with a more poppy version, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's still great to hear the solo being played properly and none of that fancy nonsense that was added. Okay, technically not a Whitesnake album, but it was great to hear some of these old songs like Lonely Days and Lonely Nights, Hit and Run, and Ain't No Gonna Cry No More. There's the highlights of this little album. It's out there, it is on YouTube. Just if you want to find it, just no, in fact I'll put the link in the description box so you can go and have a look at it. So I'll put that in the description box for you, so if you want to go and have a check it out. Okay, that's all for this. Got one more show to do today, and that is the new album review of Fierce Creatures is a film. Fierce Bliss, the Ann Wilson album. So I'm looking forward to that. So I will see you for that later. I've got to go and do the exercises on the face, have a cup of tea. So I will see you later. Bye for now.